What's going on, everybody? Still trying to continue my goal to hit all 50 states in the year 2025 alone. And with that said, I got three more out this week. So let's get right to it. The first city and state I went to was the city of Boston in the state of Massachusetts. Here I am just going through the airport before I hit my first destination. My first destination was View Boston. View Boston is an observation deck where you can go up to the top and you can actually see all of Boston from above. You can actually go to different sides of the observation deck to see different parts of the city and whatnot. So the cost of this observation deck was $34. You can pretty much stay up there as long as or little as you want, but not too bad of a spot to actually kind of get a view of the city and see if you want to go to a certain place first and where you want to go. So once again, this is View Boston observation deck, $34. Next destination was Fenway Park. Unfortunately, the Boston Red Sox wasn't playing this day, so I wasn't able to check out a game, but I was able to do a tour at the stadium. So the tour at the stadium is $25. It's roughly about an hour long. Pretty nice little stadium for sure. A little bucket list to get out the way. I wish they was playing, but I wasn't able to see that. But once again, Fenway Park, $25. So after Fenway Park, I hit up another sporting destination. This is TD Garden, home of the Boston Celtics. Just like the Boston Red Sox, the Boston Celtics are not in season, so they wasn't playing. But I was able to check out a tour at the stadium, or should I say arena. The cost of this arena tour was $30. It's also about an hour long. So after TD Garden, I'm still trying to hit as many state capitals as I can. And as I was in Boston, I did hit the state capital of Massachusetts. So I got that another one out the way. So once again, this is the state capital of Boston, Massachusetts. Nice little capital for sure. A little bit older than most of them, but it's actually a pretty nice capital. So no doubt about it. Got another one out the way. Once again, state capital, Boston, Massachusetts. This is the New England Aquarium, along with the New England Aquarium Whale Watching Tour. This tour was $70. This tour is also 3 hours long, so it takes you out. You can see some whale watching. Of course, you can see some whales. You can see some dolphins. You see some kind of like little tiger sharks and stuff out there. So not too bad of a tour. So you can listen to it.
Incredible look into the mouth of a humpback whale right there. Oh my gosh, this is incredible, you guys. She's doing some of that dragging behavior, so from this angle you'll be able to see the water streaming out of her mouth better. Going on a dive.
So that was the whale watching tour. At this point I was hungry, so I went on what they call a politically incorrect food tour. This tour is $95. This tour is also 3 hours long. So what you do is you just go around to different food places and try different kind of foods. Definitely well worth the cost, man. I definitely got full just on this tour and eating everything. So you get a little bit of everything, whether it's Italian food, some seafood, some bread, some pizzas, whatever it is, man. It was great. So I would definitely do it again. I'll definitely recommend it to anybody who looking for something to do in Boston. So once again, this is the politically incorrect food tour, $95, 3 hours long. This is a sunset tour. This sunset tour is $56, about an hour and a half long. This was pretty much my nightcap. The last thing I did in Boston before resting up before I go to the next city and state. So this was the last thing I did. Once again, this is the sunset tour, $56, an hour and a half long. So the Northeast states are not very big and not very far from each other at all. So with that said, I caught a train to my next destination. The cost was $16. It took about an hour to get there. And with that said, my next destination was the city of Providence in the state of Rhode Island. My first destination was the Providence Zoo. This zoo was $22. It takes roughly about 2 hours to walk around, give or take. Once again, it always depends on how fast you walk, how slow you walk, how many pictures of videos you take. So not too bad of a zoo. Not too big, not too small as always. Definitely recommend it if you want to check it out. Something to do while you're in Providence. So once again, Providence Zoo, $22, about 2 hours to walk around it. The state capital of Rhode Island is actually in Providence, so I was able to check out another state capital. Unfortunately, the state capital was closed at the time of this visit, so I wasn't able to go inside, take some pictures as I like to do as usual. So I did get a lot of good pictures from the outside of it, but unfortunately I couldn't go inside. So nice little capital for sure. Another capital chalked off the list there of capitals I want to hit and all states I want to hit. So once again, this is the Providence State Capital. This is Brown University. Brown University is a private Ivy League research university. It's the seventh oldest institution of higher learning in the U.S. I always heard about the school. I always, see the school on TV, but to see it in person, up and close and personal, was actually pretty nice experience for sure. This is the Providence Riverwalk. It's a nice little area to just kick back and relax. You'll see a lot of people just walking around in this area. Some people jogging, working out, and whatnot. So, pretty cool little peaceful little area for sure. So once again, this is the Providence Riverwalk. This is the historic Providence boat tour. This boat tour is $45, roughly about an hour long. It's going to take you along the Riverwalk. It's going to show you different things of historical buildings and the history about Providence. So a nice little tour. So once again, $45, about an hour long. This right here is Mokbon Korean Bistro. This is actually a nice little Korean spot that I tried out. I always say it wrong, bulgogi, something like that. Hey, correct me if I say it wrong. But anyway, it was a nice little spot. Had some dinner and dessert before I called it a night. Went to my next destination the next day. So here I am on a train to my third destination. Like I said before, most of the Northeast states are pretty close to each other. So this train ride was roughly about an hour and a half, cost $26. So with that said, my third destination for the week, I went to the city of New Haven in the state of Connecticut. This is the Pez Visitor Center. This visitor center is $5. There's also a $2 credit towards the purchase if you do buy something while you're there. This is Pez. I grew up on Pez. I grew up eating Pez. I didn't realize there's so many Pez cartridges and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting to see all the different stuff out there and how it worked and all that. So once again, this is the Pez Visitor Center. $5 to get in, $2 towards the purchase if you do buy something. This is Wooster Square Park. This statue was created to acknowledge the many immigrants who went to New Haven to raise their families. This statue was also sculpted by a local artist by the name of Mark Anthony Massaro. This is the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. This monument was completed in 1887 and honors the residents of New Haven who gave their lives in the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, the Mexican War, and the Civil War. This monument is 112 feet high and 87 steps to the top. This is the Harkness Tower. The tower was constructed between the years of 1917 and 1921 as part of a memorial donated to the Yale University by Anna Harkness in honor of her recently deceased son, Charles William Harkness, a 1883 graduate of Yale himself. This is Yale University. Just like Brown University, Yale is a private Ivy League research university that was founded in 1701. Yale is actually the third oldest institution of higher learning in the United States. This is the Beinecke Ware Book and Manuscript Library. This library is part of Yale University. It's actually one of the largest buildings in the world dedicated to Ware books and manuscripts, and one of the largest collections of such texts. Pretty interesting library for sure. If you ever get a chance to go to New Haven to check out this library and just Yale University in period, check it out. It was very fascinating for sure. So once again, this is the Beinecke Ware Book and Manuscript Library. So this completed my trip to Boston, Providence, and New Haven, chipping away. So this is state number 40, 41, 42. So I only got 8 more to go, chipping away. All these states was pretty nice for sure. Very different, very green, but very different. It's not a bad different. It's just different. I felt like I was a foreigner out there. Everybody speaks a little bit different. They talk a little different and stuff like that. But all in all three cities and states was magnificent for sure. I'm definitely pretty intrigued. I really like Boston more than any of them, but they was all pretty nice to say the least. But with that said, like I said, this is state number 42. Got 8 more to go, chipping away, trying to get them done as soon as possible. And in the process, give you guys some feedback and maybe some places to go while you're out there and things to do and see. But as always, have a good one. Be safe. Happy travels.